The white supremacist movement has taken over the meme Pepe the Frog.
Going to be recognized as the guy that made this shitty meme. So it's like my worst nightmare.
The internet is a place where people believe in expansive freedom of expression.
This is not a fight over a cartoon frog. This is a fight about political speech.
Is this cartoon frog a symbol of free speech or artwork hijacked by racist hate groups? Pepe, as he's known, has been labeled a Nazi, condemned by a presidential candidate.
How Pepe the Frog went from harmless to hate symbol.
Praise Kek and read!
These are groups that espouse, in many cases, violence and certainly white supremacism, anti-Semitism, anti-gay, anti-black, anti-immigrant sentiments. If you see these flags in your neighborhoods, this is something to think about.
And all of this was insane, absolutely insane. Somehow, people had become convinced that a little cartoon frog was no longer just a cartoon frog, but he was now a symbol of hatred, all because a group that most people on the planet find disgusting were using a lot. But the thing is, everybody was using him.
Now they have this Republic of Kek, and it's ruled by this Egyptian god, whose name is Kek, who's a frog.
Hold on, go back. There's a frog with a Make America Great Again hat, and he's got like a tombstone. It says, "Those who served in the meme war, 2015 and 2016. We are the gods of the great meme war. We are the shit posters. The Legion of Kek. We are the internet. The death of the normies. Lulz and Kek. We are one." What in the fuck is going on?
And this got even more exacerbated with the inclusion of things like the OK sign, which was all a prank by an internet forum trying to see if they could convince the world that a simple hand gesture that we've been using for over 1,000 years at least is somehow a symbol of white supremacy.
I think the best way to hear what Kekistan is probably from the person who created it. So here's a quick snippet from Sargon of Akkad.
So basically, I was looking at the UK Home Office and the census data, and I noticed that their qualifiers for the census were, they take a bunch of stuff, but one of them was ethnicity. I was just like really stoned on a stream, just on Dr. Lehman's channel. And we'd been going for like 3 hours and we're just talking shit and just doing nothing. The categories for ethnicity, and these are their own words, it's entirely self-defined and there are no objective criteria for ethnicity. And so if you say you are that ethnicity, then they will have to register, they have to accept it. And so basically I've been emailing the Census Bureau to ask them, how exactly can I get my ethnicity on the census? Basically, they got back to us and said, well, I mean, you know, there's always an other box where you can write it in. So, guys, that's what we've got to do. Come the 2020 census, we just write it in. We'll get more Kekistanis than Jedis, and then they have to recognize us. Because they made Jedi an actual religion in the UK. Because like 16,000 people put it down as their religion. So it's like, okay, well, I guess we've got to register it. We only need 16,000 of us to do it. If we all do this, dude, I mean, they'll just be looking at this. Christ, what is this immigrant group of shit posting trolls from the internet?
This is the worst minority group yet.
Yeah, exactly. These are awful. We want to oppress them. But the thing is, then it became just a parody of identity politics. Because suddenly, if we've got an ethnicity, you're being racist to us. We're being oppressed if we're being banned because we're shitposting. This is part of our culture. And then the alt-right discovered us and they were like, you can't do this. You're stealing our memes. And it's like, oh my God, they hate it. Quick, do it more. It's just like, and so it just became a giant parody of identity politics for people who don't like identity politics.
The mainstream media exists to try and fill in the blanks in a specific way to try and tell you what things mean. And they got it wrong. Pepe is not a hate symbol. Neither is the OK sign, neither is a glass of milk, none of it is. They're memes.
And for me, that ties it into why I think Kekistan is genuinely one of the most misunderstood memes on the internet. The whole point of Kekistan is that it is taking the piss. It is a piss take, not at one group, but at every group. It is a piss take of the whole grouping of peoples together. It's a concept really just stating that people should have the right to piss take and troll online. It's a group created by a bunch of internet dwellers, hackers, and gamers who created this mythical religion worshipping the god Kek. The whole system where there was no identifying qualities for an ethnicity that allowed them to put Kekistan in there in the first place. And it reminds me of this. People love to take the piss. There was a poll to name a boat, And in the poll, you could create any name you wanted. But as the public has showed time and time again, the public can't be trusted with stuff like this. And the winner of that poll was Bodie McBoatface. The people like to take the piss. People like to not take themselves too seriously. Kekistan initially was just a massive piss take from 4chan users. It was not anything that should have been taken too seriously, but it was something that should have been taken as seriously as all the other things that this group of people didn't think should be taken too seriously. Now, yeah, they did some stuff that was quite divisive, and at the very least it was a little bit spicy. But yeah, they were literally just a group of people who wanted to troll online. If you haven't read the history and the cult of Kek, go on their website. I'll link it down below. Definitely a good read. It'll tell you all the information about Kekistan. So Kek, in essence, is internet slang for lol or laugh out loud. That started with K-E-K-E-K-E. So that was internet laughter. And yeah, that got shortened to Kek. And Kek got turned into a frog god. I think a lot of people don't actually really get the cultural significance of Kekistan, and the cultural significance that is really the freedom to meme Kek. But Matt, you might ask, why are we talking about this? This is the channel where you talk about crypto. Well, this is a coin that I've recently entered, Kekistan. I just think it's so important to give a background into why my thesis is so damn strong on Kekistan. I think the cultural significance of this coin is absolutely insane. I think for a meme coin to be profitable, you need a large group of people that believe in it. I think you need a narrative that appears globally, and I think that this is really one of the original narratives. This ties in directly with Pepe, with original frog lore, and this ties in with trolling, which is something that a lot of people online, especially a lot of people in crypto, like to do in their spare time. So I think this narrative just makes a huge amount of sense. Let's also take it one step further. Why are people in crypto?
Does retail care about some blockchain being slightly more private? No. Do they care about some blockchain being slightly faster? No. Do they care about ZK snarks? No. What do they care about? Let's be real. They care about making money, they care about having fun, and they care about belonging somewhere.
And that ties in with FBB4's thesis surrounding meme coins, that meme coins are a bet on culture and identity. Meme coins are valuable because people feel a sense of belonging. They feel ties with that community, and someone can buy a small amount of tokens and then be involved in a different group with people all over the globe. No one is driving, but everyone is driving. Stocks equal ownership, stablecoins are stability, and meme coins are a bet on culture and identity. In an ever-changing world, it's quite easy to see why people want to bet on culture and identity.
There is a part in that that is deliberately intended to shock normal people.
Edgy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be edgy. Yeah. Absolutely. Of course it is. It's on the internet. Of course it's supposed to be edgy.
I'm going to finish it off now with a clip from Big Man Tyrone, who is one of the most important figures in the Kekistan community. Now, he was made popular by his call to arms from Kekistan, calling all soldiers to wage war against the normies. And the normies are those that either don't understand Kekistan, or the normies are just those people that are kind of trapped in the rat race, choose to immediately just believe everything on mainstream media, and really want to control what we see, hear, read, and all of the information that we digest. Kekistan is about freedom to meme, it's about freedom on the internet. It's just a really damn cool concept.
Normies.
Normies?
Normies.
Uncle Pepe wants you to defend Kekistan from normie invasion.
I'm a proud ethnic Kekistani. For centuries, my people bled under normie oppression, but no more. We have suffered enough under your social media tyranny. It is time to strike back. I hereby declare a meme jihad on all normies. Normies, get out.
But there's one last thing I'd like to add before we go. The message of Kekistan is extremely important. Meme freedom, the ability to express yourself without fear, without condemnation, without having to be impacted by identity politics on what you can say or what you can't say. That is important. But Kekistan should never be taken that seriously, because we don't take it that seriously. It's the message, not the meme.